Sound should be good. We should be live and available. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Moringueros. Let us know if you can hear us. I'm joined with Faisal.
What up? What up, everybody?
All right. We have a great show planned for you today. Happy Saturday. Let's go ahead and pull up some of our images here. We've been planning a great show for you today, everybody. Just give us 1 second as we set up. There we go. We are joined today with Faisal from LMT Farms. They're
That's
growing
right.
moringa as well as many other things. And they're in Avon Park, all the way from Miami to Avon Park. They're spreading the word, spreading the community, and really helping people out. Welcome, Faisal.
Man, thank you so much for having me, Kendrick. This is long overdue.
Yes, man, you've been on the show many times. I go live all the time, and you're always there. And I always see you, and we go back and forth. You always ask really great questions. And thankfully, we've had a chance to meet and actually do business together over the last couple of years. So I'm really
We
glad that we're
have.
growing together.
Yeah, man, and I can't wait to tell people about that journey so far and what it can possibly lead to.
Well, this is what it's led to right here. We have some photos, actually. Your journey now culminating into this beautiful testimonial that we have right here.
Yes.
Here. 3, 2.
It's beautiful to hear. And I stopped by to tell you a few words about Moringa. That's made by Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil.
I'm gonna share screen with this. Let me share the screen that
Yeah,
is,
yeah, please do.
yeah, so that way it's actually on it. So I'm gonna share the screen here. That way we have her directly on her. This is Faisal filming Sabrina Fulton. You all may know Sabrina Fulton. She's the mother of Trayvon Martin. 3, 2.
Hi, Sabrina Fulton here, and I stopped by to tell you a few words about Moringa. That's made by Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil. By taking this Moringa, I was taking it once a day, and I was doing pretty good. But I started taking it twice a day, in the morning and in the evening, and it does work. It has lowered my A1C. And I'm so proud of myself because I worked hard. I tried to cut back on sugars, but this is what really did it. Thanks, Phil.
Thanks, Dr. Phil. All right, we got the real
Woo-hoo!
Dr. Phil in the house.
Man, listen, that is so special for today,
Yeah,
Kendrick, because today actually down in Miami is the annual Trayvon Martin Peace Walk. It
yeah.
usually takes place the first Saturday of February, but since today's the 31st, going right into February and Black History Month and whatnot. For those who don't know, you see her right there in the middle. That is Sabrina Fulton. And to her right, or to her left, our right, is Tracy Fulton. I mean, pardon me, Tracy Martin. And Tracy Martin and Sabrina Fulton are the parents of Trayvon Martin. And today is the annual peace walk that's taking place right now as we speak.
Right
Um,
now.
Down in Miami, in Miami Gardens, Florida, and I wasn't able to be there, but I told Sabrina that we were going to be on. She's a dear friend, and she's probably, Kendrick, my most regular, consistent Moringa customer,
Wow.
who gets the teas from me. And the funny thing is that Sabrina, she didn't really she's not a adventurous person with foods and whatnot, right? So um when she first started drinking the moringa, she was like, "Oh, it's nasty." And then I was like, "Nah, man, it don't even taste like nothing. Just give it the chance." And so ultimately, man, I mean, she's got to be consuming on the regular, probably about 64, it's about maybe 32 to 64 ounces a week. Like that's
Hmm.
her regular intake, right?
Right.
And when she told me, she came so excited that day. I was like, "We got to shoot this commercial." And that was just a few weeks ago. And
Wow.
so we're really proud. You seen her in that picture there again.
Yeah.
If you go back, that's her again that's the standard jar that we sell, the 32-ounce mason jar. And that's our special, that's the LMT Farms special blend of moringa.
Wow.
Every once in a while we might put hibiscus or lemongrass, but for the
Yeah.
most part, it's just a high potency. It's just a very potent. You see, it's nice and dark and brown. It's just a
Yeah.
very powerful uh Moringa blend. But yeah, man, that's Sabrina. And today, in addition to her own personal journey with getting her sugar right and things like that, she also deals with so much stress, right?
Yeah.
Because the Trayvon Martin Foundation, one of their signature programs is the Circle of Mothers. And the
Hmm.
Circle of Mothers are mothers that deal with the loss of a child by gun violence. So one of the things that's under that's not spoken of much is the importance of proper nourishment as it relates to mental health, and
Yeah.
so it's also offered those many things. So shout out to Sabrina Fulton and the Trayvon Martin Foundation, and that's a great jump off, man, for what we're doing today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it is. Thanks for sharing that you guys are working together. And one of the things that I really love seeing here in the image is that you're putting it in a commercial setting. You've got a commercial kitchen here.
Yes.
It's on metal and it's clean. It looks clean.
Absolutely. So
This
we're
is
very fortunate. That
very
kitchen
important.
right there is at the Dr. Dorothy Bendross Mendengal Social and Economic Institute, where LMT Farms, they have a business incubator program. So they allow us to use the kitchen, and we had a workspace that's off inside there. And yo, Kendrick, they actually have like five massive moringa trees in the back.
Wow.
So I'm able to harvest the moringa, wash the moringa, clean the moringa, package the moringa, make the tea of the moringa. And there's one of my best nights is that they have what's called dance kicking therapy, and dance kicking therapy is line dance class. And they have like 50 to 70 people there every Wednesday night. So not only do I make the moringa there and work on the marketing there, but it's also one of my best customer bases with
Wow.
Sabrina, who often comes there, as well as the dance kicking therapy. And we just trying to make more converts, man, to the
Yeah,
world of Moringa.
absolutely. And who's this?
Oh, that's Big Will. So
Big
Big
Will.
Will, 32 ounces is not good enough for Big Will. Big Will, like, yo, I need the half gallon.
Yeah.
Will is by trade, Will is a landscaper, and
Hmm.
he has a huge operation, man. So he swears by the moringa, especially in terms of staying hydrated in the Miami sun.
Oh yeah,
So
we're gonna talk about the hydration with the health. Definitely, we are gonna get into that.
yes. So that's Will, man. Will with the half gallon.
Awesome. And look, you came to visit me, and then when you came to visit me, I think I came to visit you first. I was like,
Yes.
you know what? I'm gonna come out because you called me. You're like, hey, I really need help with my property, my design, my farm is getting started. You're traveling for work back and forth between Miami and Avon Park, and we've got this beautiful property here in Avon
Yeah,
Park that we want to develop for LMT Farms. So
that's
I
right.
said, sure, I'll come on out. Let's do this. So we helped to design initial design. We were standing out here. We've
Yep.
got your family hanging with us, taking pictures. We're kind of overlooking this area. I'll show people the tree that's overlooking this space here, and then we're looking out towards the back or on the side here. We're looking north. We're looking north
Yep.
on the side, right? So this is
Yes.
where your
Yes.
neighbor is. We're looking on the edge of your property here, and we're
Yeah.
just
No, actually, the edge is all the way in the back. This is just where we
yeah,
stay at.
the
The
north
edge
side.
is all the way to the back. The trees that are furthest in the back,
Yeah,
and that's where when you pull up it'll make more sense once you
yeah.
pull up the diagram.
Yeah. I just kind of want to show them what it looks like on the ground. This is kind of like where the pool is going to go, and
Yep.
then and then and so we have a couple great photos of us out here on the property, just laying it out, talking about the different sections that you got. It's a great, beautiful property in an area that very rarely freezes, considering we have a weird week that's going on right now.
Yeah. And according to the zoning, our zoning, and you brought this to my attention, the Avon Park where we are is
Yeah,
like the best place to grow moringa
yeah,
almost in the country.
yes, it is. And
Yeah,
so here's
this
the property.
like literally right there. That's us, man. That's the handiwork of our pharmatech. People don't know
Ah,
that.
I love
People,
it.
people don't know that guy too well, Kendrick. We have to let them know about our pharmatech, man.
Yeah, he's here. I'm right here. You know, I'm actually people ask me all the time, like, "Are you doing architecture?" I say, "Well, I'm designing and building moringa farms and farmhouses. I'm building farmhouses, and so yeah, I put my degree to work. My parents are very proud that I'm able to tie my passion of moringa and farming into the collegiate, 10-year that I did here. But this is Faisal's property. I was coming in. We were standing under this tree right here, looking this way on one of those photos. This was an empty field. This is kind of where the barn is. This is where we were standing in front of the barn.
Yep.
We were standing pretty much about like right here where we were looking at the horse. The horse was like right here. And then looking out towards the back, he's got this gate here. And there's a beautiful horse pasture with a nice walking path that he's developed for exercising. And then the property is raised up really well, and they have a really nice community drainage system. It almost reminds me of Asia and Cambodia when I lived there.
Oh wow.
Is a nice drainage area off the back end of your property, where for heavy rains and for summer keeps your property dry, keeps the horse's feet dry. It'll keep your moringa roots dry, and you even have another gate over here. And we really wanted to develop like even just this south side because it's kind of bare, and it could actually be a really really productive zone. You have your office right here, and I was thinking going behind your office. And I
Yep.
know like right now it's kind of rough. You said you needed to clean it up a little bit,
Oh
and then
yeah.
you've got like
But
a
yeah,
camp.
all of this, man, all of that is potential moringa growing territory, you know?
Yeah, yeah. We have like a. I like this thing where we would come in and possibly have like these openings for camping. This was
Yep.
like a wooded area, and then maybe have like an outhouse, male, female, for people that are work trade, people that could come in and train with you and others. We had kind of like a little forest area here.
Yep. Yep. And we're right off of Highway 64. So the other thing too was that was becoming very popular is just overnight rest spots.
Yeah,
So that camping parking that you see there, that's part of the idea behind it. But
yeah,
but I was, I'm really grateful, Kendrick, that we had the opportunity to meet that one day
yeah.
because of all of what it represents. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
I first started getting into Moringa maybe about a year or two prior to me meeting you. So probably about 2017,
Yeah.
and then by 2019 like I was fascinated, right? and then
Wow.
and then we met at the farmers market, right? Like the last weekend before COVID shut everything down,
Wow,
right?
that's right. Before we go on, I'm noticing with the camera, I can't really see you right now.
For
You
real.
might have to refresh. You might have to leave and come back in because I noticed that it froze a little while back, and so I want to see if we can just get that fixed real quick. Hopefully, everybody
Okay, all right, let me do that. i'm gonna i'm gonna
take a second to
i'm
go
gonna
out, come
get
back
off and
in.
I'm gonna jump right back on, okay?
Yeah, yeah, and I'll admit him back in. Great, we got a bunch of people on today. Welcome. Last week, we did pellets. The winner for our pellets is Sandra. Sandra is the winner from pellets last week. We had Derek, and then another winner from the week before. They're going to get a microgreens kit. Sandra's our pellets winner. This week, text the word tea to win a box of tea. Right now, I've been drinking lots and lots of tea. I've got my tea right here. Actually, I'll show you. Today's tea, look at this super thick tea. I got some moringa in there, but I also put some mullein. I put some dandelion root. I put some yarrow in there. I put some other things in there. Little small, little herbal tea. It was nice and warm. and it's been helping me stay clean, stay clear, stay open. Let's see, we got Faisal back in here coming in. Probably just got stuck there for a second. Oh, good, we're back. Good, yeah.
Is this a little better?
Oh, we're good now. We're back to where we were. For some reason, probably when we got started with the signal, it probably just was a tight fit. And
For
then
sure.
you're good. You're looking good now. So, and everybody can see you this way.
Excellent.
Great. So
And
is
I
this
got a special guest here with me, man.
Oh, I see, Miss Moringa.
Yeah, she doesn't have a name yet. She hopefully maybe somebody will give her a name before the show is out.
Yeah, definitely. Somebody put the name in the chat, whatever you want to name Faisal's little Miss
Yeah,
Moringa.
she's a beautiful young girl.
Wow, she is a beauty. Wow, look at
Yeah,
that.
she's
Pretty
gorgeous.
tall. Pretty tall. You keep them.
Yeah, she's just growing.
tall.
This just a seed I dropped in the pot. Moringa is such an incredible plant. Like it amazes me. You know, you take a stick off of it, drop it in the ground. Next thing you know, you have a tree.
Mhm.
And you're like changing and you're combating malnourishment. It's amazing.
Yeah, I love how you're making your why, and I wanted to ask you, what is your why for doing all of this?
So, man, great question because it's hard to put into words, right? Because it's so big. Like I'll give you an example. It's kind of like when I first was introduced to the internet, right? I didn't quite understand what it was, the whole idea email. Um, I went down to the library and I got an email address, but I didn't have anybody to email to. And then this internet thing was starting to. I just, how you just had this feeling like, yo, this is huge. I don't really get it. I don't quite understand it, but it's huge. It's
Yeah.
the same kind of feeling when I was introduced to Moringa and the more I found out about it, right? Because in the particular stage that I'm in my life, I'm 54 now, right? And the stage where I'm at in this season is like, okay, I got to be more mindful of what I'm eating, where I'm getting nutrition from, my exercise level. I need more energy level. I still got all these things I want to do, and Moringa just kind of spoke to all of it, right? As a I'm a yoga instructor in a previous life, right? So all of these things, and part of our yoga certification, we had to drink a green juice every day for 100 days, right? Just to get you acclimated. So
Wow.
all of these pieces of the puzzle start coming together when I'm introduced to Moringa,
And you
right?
have a very interesting history. I tell you, I've enjoyed getting to know you, and you have such a rich history and past. Of course, the time in which you're here, like the timing when hip hop was coming up, and you have a lot of friends in the hip hop game, and you were mentioning that you were a part of a lot of R&B artists coming up. We've talked a lot about some of your
Yeah.
favorite artists. And then how you actually remind me of a lot of one of our members in New York City, and he was just at the hip hop reunion with KRS-One, So I'm gonna get you
Wow.
guys linked up because he's doing the same thing. Like he sells fresh tea every day in New York City. And this is what I'm saying. It's so nuts. And you guys are so hip and turned into, this vitamin, mineral, blood, and I would really love to introduce you guys together.
So I'm looking forward to it, man, because including in my why was that when you and I met, right? You the Grow Moringa Collective was kind of there, and it was in its infancy.
Mhm.
But the other part of the why and how incredible my journey has been was that I was like, well, why did the guy who wrote the Moringa book, Moringa for Dummies, like the guy who wrote the book, I meet him at a farmer's market. Yeah. And and it's like 30, 45 minutes from my farm.
Yeah.
So I guess one of my whys is all the stars lined up,
It
right? The
did. It
stars are
did.
lined up. Like, why are you going hard? Why are you doing it? Because the stars are lined up, and I've seen this happen before. I saw it with the internet. I saw it with Bitcoin. I saw it with social media, and I was like, yeah, this is incredible. But and I didn't jump on it, right? You see the stars lined up. So in this stage of my life, man, the desire is to heal myself and help others heal themselves, right?
I love
And Moringa just ticks off all the boxes
it. It
when it
does.
comes down to, making the world a better place through agriculture and farming, making the world a better place by people eating and taking and consuming moringa, the world becoming a better place because now you can use it for livestock, right? And they could be healthier, like all of these things. And then the amazing way that it grows, you drop a seed there and boom, that's it. You know what I mean? So that's
Yeah,
been a lot of my why. I mean, I know it's I took you on the scenic route of the why,
yeah,
but
it's perfect.
you
But
know,
you
at the
said
end of
something
the
when we
day,
were
man,
talking. You said something about it being the miracle. You said in your word, you were because it's the miracle tree.
yeah, thank you. That's the real why. It's because it's called the miracle tree, right? We didn't make that up. It was called that long before Kendrick and Faisal even stepped on the planet.
Yeah,
It's been recognized that as thousands of years. So really the why is because it's a miracle. Like
absolutely.
getting behind, like the why is because it's a miracle. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
we're in
it
the
shouldn't
miracle,
really even
so we're in
exist.
the miracle business, Kendrick.
We absolutely are. I say that all the time. Miracle business, and I'm in the business of helping more people. That's my main business. I'm not in the Moringa business. I'm in the business of helping people.
I
So when
love it.
people call me, my main thing is how can I help you, whatever it may be. If I can't actually plant the tree for you, if I can't actually grow the tree for you, if I can't harvest it for you, I can at least teach you. I can help you. That's been my main thing is going back to the if I can't do all the physical work, I can at least guide you, consult you, and that's what we've been working together now. You've been in the members area for like 4 years. Three,
Yeah,
4
I
years.
think I was one of the founding members,
You
if
were
I'm
one of
not.
the founding members that came in
Yeah, I
right
was
when
one of,
I launched
and
it.
because when I saw it and when I saw how you're pulling it together, I know the challenges of starting something so big, right? And that sometimes, man, you just need support for somebody to back you, right?
You
So
got
there
it.
was that part of like, yo, work with this dude, man. And then when we began to talk and you told me your introduction to Moringa was through Dr. Sebi,
Mm-hmm.
and Dr. Sebi is one of my guiding lights in
Yes.
the world of health and nutrition and so many other things. You know what I mean?
Oh
So I
yeah.
was like, okay, that's a common denominator.
Oh, that's how
And
we
then
found you.
yeah, man. And so, and then you just, bro, you're so you're so serious about the product, you
Yeah.
know, and
The
how important it
simplicity of it
is to
because
cultivate.
to cultivate it, and this is what it is right here. Look, I just got to 1 pound loose leaf, vacuum seal. I'm so serious. I just had a lady that called me and she's like, I just did a deep dive on you in AI to find the best moringa that I could buy. And AI told me that your moringa is the best because it doesn't have mold and bacteria and E. coli like the others do. And she started asking me some questions like, why does it seem like most of the moringa that's coming into the USA have a lot of mold in it? And I said, that's because they don't have a climate controlled shed or barn to dry in. And
Yeah.
so they'll dry it outside, but every morning the dew sits on
Yeah.
the leaves. And then in the afternoon it dries. But then the next morning they might have it sitting outside. The dew collects on it. So then it ends up becoming really brown and moldy. And
Yes.
that's the stuff that's mostly coming into the USA.
Yeah.
So,
I've experienced that myself in my little operation. In fact, when I went to MoringaCon with you and we were inside the dry room, you
yeah.
know, and that's when I really started, like I always used to use the
Yeah, we were
screens, right?
here with
But
Laquisha here.
yeah, man, MoringaCon, I think that was the second MoringaCon,
Yeah,
either
yeah,
the first or the
here.
second one.
Laquisha is here, and then you were taking pics of us here.
Oh, I got mad, dude. I got mad video and footage from that Moringa con. It was like in the encyclopedia of Moringa that day, man.
It was epic, yeah.
And then watching you also with the seeds and doing the moringa oil.
Yeah, we pressed the
Yo,
oil. Wow.
Moringa oil, Kendrick, and I know I'm preaching to the choir, man, but Moringa oil, pound for pound, is the best moisturizer on the planet.
Yes.
The best. And I know
It's a
they,
monosaturated fat. It has a molecular bond stronger than olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil. It actually has a smoke point of over 200 degrees, and it has a flash point of over like 250 or 300 degrees.
hmm,
And so it's very, very solid, and it's actually used as a lubricant in cars, and it's actually used in machining parts
yeah,
for many, many parts. And also, that's why I
absolutely.
say it's good for creaky bones and creaky doors.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is, man. So the screens that I use that you see there in those pictures, man, I learned from ruining quite a few batches of moringa that the worst thing is for
Oh,
me to leave some outside and I'm
right.
drying it all day and I fall asleep and then I wake up, oh my God, I left it outside in the grass. And the dew will ruin your whole thing, man.
Gone.
It'll set you back a whole day. Like to rehab moringa after it's gotten wet in the morning by the dew. Like I've done it, but you got to go and flip it every hour or
It's
even less than
brown.
that
Yeah,
and keep
it'll
it going.
taste a little bit more
Yeah,
ammonium.
yeah, man. And
Ammonia.
moringa's she's such a sensitive tree,
Yeah, yeah.
and she gives and gives and gives, but moringa's got a really thin window. You know what I mean? That's
I
our
was just
character
telling
right
her,
there,
that's what I
man.
told her. I said, I get it crispy within 12 hours. So from the time that it's off the tree, it's 12 hours on the rack. Within another 12 to 24 hours, I have it crispy. That's the only way. So within 24 hours of it being off the tree is crispy to prevent any kind of white hairs or mold that's going to form. And then I spend another 5 days just letting it dry out in on the racks because there's a dehumidifying process where it'll sweat, it'll cool, it'll sweat, it'll cool, it'll sweat. And so you have to get it hot enough for it to sweat. And then as the room kind of like cools down a little bit, it'll cool down a little bit. But then when the dehydrator kicks on, it hits the heat up. I bring it up to, 90 degrees, everything under 100. But I literally turn that room into a walk-in dehumidifier, right? It's a walk-in dehumidifier. So that's kind of like the next step we need to build with you is you're building a house. Congrats on your next house, on your new house there
Yes,
on
sir.
that property. So we
Yeah.
can designate maybe a small space, maybe in the garage or a shed, or put in another barn, or even use that barn. We were talking about that barn as a dry room.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, since the last time you met, we actually bought a shed, and it is I mean, it almost fell apart just bringing it to the house, right? But it's there, and it's sitting ideally where we could turn it into a grow room, not a grow room, into
A dry
into
room.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be doing that part. We start with the teas. I don't do a lot of powder, even though I love the powder, right? Like I love getting it crispy, crunching it up, running through a filter, and then getting a powder because like your moringa, your green, what I've seen you do and what I've seen on the shelves, right? It's almost like looking at it's not almost, it's literally like looking at organic versus at looking at cosmetics, right?
Mhm.
Because there's something about the green, right? With the moringa and how yeah, that green is beautiful, bro.
Look at that.
And and to get that powder, because I do it on personally, I know what it takes to just get a little bit. When I see what you're producing, man, it's
Yeah.
just such a wealth of knowledge, man, to figure this moringa thing out.
Yeah.
And I know that we need it. Like we need it. The world needs it.
Need it.
Yeah,
And
and
what I
especially
really
here in
love
America.
especially. And what I really love about your mission and your focus on this is making this one particular product. So like we already did the hard work and we found the one plant that we're going to work with.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that we found the one plant, there's hundreds of products within this one plant. And I love how you're forming a lane here, which is going to help you to make $1 million from Moringa super fast because you're focused on this one particular product. And I would love for you to talk more about it as we develop, even because you were asking about the amount, and we want to talk more about the
Yeah.
amount that goes inside. So let everybody know what your main product is.
So our main product right now are teas. You know,
That's right.
and we just not no fusion teas. Well, every once in a while, if I could get lemongrass or if I could get some hibiscus, I might do those, but not fusion teas. We just do straight, strong moringa tea. And
Wow.
I don't put anything in it, no honey, no lemon, no nut. It's just straight moringa tea. And we've been doing it. I think you got that picture. Can you pull up that picture with the different
Yeah.
sizes?
Yeah.
You from inside the kitchen. We
Yep.
have we do the half gallon, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
the big one. And then we do the 32 ounce, right? And then we got the pint, and then we got like the shot, right? The shot's
Hey.
like $3. The pint is 5. The quart is well, I think we're moving to 10 now because everything has gone up. But
Yeah.
we've been doing the quart is going for 9, and then the half gallon we do for 16. And
Yes.
that's how we've been moving it. We can't even keep up with really the demand of it. And it's been in like right now, it's been a let me figure out the recipe. And
Yes, that's
that
what we want
part,
to talk about. That's what we want to talk about
yeah,
because now that
because
you're getting
I
into the
tend, my
business.
wife tells me, Kendrick, she says like I'm an extremist, right? So
Yeah.
like I'll drink moringa every day, and it's got to be, instead I don't have a teaspoon in it per cup. I have like I do it almost a I do it a 3-to-1 ratio. Yeah, exactly. Yours look like coffee, bro.
Look at that. It's dark. I have dandelion root in
Oh,
here.
that's okay. Nice, nice, nice. Beautiful, man.
Yeah.
And that's how it's supposed to look because I love it when people drink my tea and they say, "Yo, man, like I got a shot of energy
Yeah.
from, like I literally felt the difference by the end of the day." And I tell them, there's 4 things from the teas, Kendrick. I want you to drink it, and I want you to look out for 4 things: your hair, your nails, your skin, and your energy level. Because you could tell those things. See if you see a change in your hair, your skin, your nails, and your energy level. Those 4 things. Just drink our moringa for 2 weeks, right? And try to get between 8 to 16 ounces in your body a day, and watch the difference in your hair, your nails, your skin, and your energy level. And
I'll tell you
instantly
why.
people see it.
I'll tell you why. And this is what people ask me a lot. What's better to take? Is it the leaf powder or the seed powder? And I say, well, let's talk about uh, both of those ingredients, the leaf powder and the seed powder. We'll start with the seed, and then we'll go to the leaf powder because you just mentioned the leaf. The leaf is the skin, the hair, the nails, the nervous system. The seed is a baby. The seed is a womb. The seed is the life force,
Mm,
right? The seed is the potential energy for it to become a tree with 1 million seed pods on it. That
mm.
little seed, that one little seed has the potential to grow into that massive, massive tree.
Wow, what
And,
a visual.
and in order to do that, it has to have zinc and magnesium and iron and a lot of the heavy things. Um, and because it's heavier, it focuses more so on the organs. It focuses more so on the gut and the colon. And that's why the seed powder has helped me tremendously with my colon and liver and gallbladder. And I really feel it in the liver, the gallbladder, the kidneys. I feel that the seed powder really attacks the kidneys in a good way, and it helps to get stones out. I've experienced it myself with the seed powder, having done the seed powder consistently in high amounts.
Mm,
And then because it's dense, it's heavy, it fills me up. It's actually more protein than the leaves. The
I can
seed
see
powder
that.
has more protein. It also has more of the oil because the seed powder, where does the oil come from? The
From the
seed.
seed, yeah.
So the oil is actually in the seed powder. So when somebody says, what's better? You're going to get the seed powder. You're going to get the oil from the seed. You're going to get the dense, heavy carbon minerals for the inside of the body. And then what Faisal was talking about and why he loves the tea, because he's mentioning, and I love that you're doing this because you're saying skin, hair, nails, and then what
Yep.
was the other thing that you
Energy
mentioned?
level and energy
Energy
level.
level, nervous system. Nervous system is the big one because look at what's in your hand. Doesn't that look like a nervous system?
It does.
If you flip that upside down, of course you can't because the soil or whatever, but if you flip that upside down, that looks like the spine and that looks like our hands and the branches of our hands and the nervous system that's coming out. That is actually what the leaves are for, is for the nervous system, the skin, the hair, the nails, the outside stuff, the glow, the aura, you know what I'm saying? The energy, that's where
Yes.
the leaves come in. So I'm glad you mentioned that.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, so those are um that's the pitch, right? When we're selling the teas. And I'm still working on that marketing side of it because there's so many things to draw from. And I like the fact that we can go from any direction. The other thing, Kendrick, that we focus on in terms of and I got this part from you, which is one of our main purposes right now is education,
Yeah.
like to educate people about Moringa, right? And I literally, ask somebody, just give me something you're dealing with, and I will search it or chat GPT it, right, on the spot, and you will find a research paper that somewhere Moringa that they're looking into it, whether it be for cancer, whether it be for diabetes, whether it be for uh um neurological damage after a car accident. You know,
Mm-hmm.
there's a research paper or there's information out there about moringa, and then at the end of the day, when you just realize that it's the most nutritionally dense plant on the planet, it all makes sense.
Wow.
That's why it is that from the root to the leaf, all of it has an extreme amount of nutritious potential in it, so it can't be nothing but good for the body on so many different levels.
Absolutely. Somebody will ask, what's the root for? And the root tastes like horseradish. And it can also be, if the root is cultivated before the first year, you can get it before the skin forms. The skin helps to keep toxins out. One of the ways that the skin actually helps to keep toxins out is that it itself is toxic, right? So
Mm.
it accumulates the toxics like arsenic and what's the other toxin one that the other I forget, but uh, there's arsenic and a few other toxic chemicals that are accumulated in the root of the skin, right? To help protect it, to keep the other stuff from getting in. So when you eat the root, just skin it, skin it, get the root. Like it's like a yucca. You can't eat the skin of a yucca, really. It's just like a yucca, like a tapioca, like a cassava. It's just like a cassava. The root is just like a cassava. You pull it out, you can literally pull the root off of one of the trees, keep the tree growing, like it's like a cassava. Pull the root
Wow.
out, skin it, and then chop it. Use it as a radish, a horseradish, and even you can dry it and powder it. And also, I have done that before, and I've put it in my spice. And I would like to do that again, where the moringa spice that I make would be the green moringa powder, the turmeric that I grow, and then put the root powder in there as a replacement for, like, say, some of the other things that I put in there to make that flavor. But that way
Yeah,
my moringa spice would literally be like an in-house super powerful green powder, turmeric, black pepper, and then horseradish, the horseradish root. So like the moringa root would be in that spice.
that's powerful.
Yeah.
That's and again, man, when you're dealing with such powerful ingredients, it doesn't take a whole lot in order to just start bringing some balance into your life. And I
Well,
think that that's
just
where,
listen,
that's
Sabrina
where we
was just
all
like,
are at right now.
yeah, that's exactly right. Sabrina was just like, she's just doing that every day in her A1C, and you're just like, boom, she's my number one. She's just being consistent and getting it
Yes,
every single day.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, beautiful. I love that you're focusing on the fresh greens. So we're
Yep.
making $1 million Moringa business from fresh tea. This is
Yep.
where you and Parrish also want to start really teaming up because you both are going to be using the same kind of marketing, the same kind of message. And that's why we were talking about like, who's your customer? Who's your main customer? Your main customer is somebody that you're speaking to is going to want it in the liquid form, fresh, daily, something that's fast.
Yeah, I think and you're asking me those questions and it's gotten me thinking because to me my main customer has always just been whoever I know.
Yeah.
And because I move in a lot of different circles from young to adults, I mean, pardon me, from young to seniors, and I'm realizing that so many people have nutritional deficiencies, right? That it's kind of crazy to say, well, everybody's my market, right? That's crazy. Nobody, no, what marketing person says that? However,
Exactly.
everybody's not your customer per se. But for me, because we're doing the teas and the teas are not easily distributed, right? They're more like a hand-to-hand combat kind of situation, right? So I'm like, well, how do I move as many of these without moving around as much?
Right.
Well, I got to be able to convince everybody I know that they need this, right?
Yeah.
So in fact, I have a longtime customer too, Miss Parker. I want to send you her picture, man. Maybe
You
we
can
can get up
you,
before this
you
is
can put
out.
it in there.
But
You can put it
but
in there.
yeah, so Miss
Yeah.
Parker, she has a grandson who's on the autistic spectrum, right?
Mm.
And so we had that conversation about, listen, you get this regularly. You're going through a course. I want you to start giving your grandson, give him like 8 ounces a day. We just started that, right? But before I told her to do that, we pulled up the research. Like, let me show you what the research out there is saying about using moringa, particularly with autism, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just saying that to say dealing with, who's my customer, because there's a distribution challenge, right? I got
Yes.
to be able to sell as much as I can in the proximity of where I'm at. My message has always just been tailored to, listen, it's the most nutritionally dense plant on the planet, and we're not getting enough nutrition right now. You are what you eat. You eat junk food, you have junk thoughts, you get a junk life.
That's
You eat
right.
good food, you have good thoughts, you live a better life. This is the key to getting as much good stuff in your body on the lowest scale level in terms of cash,
Yeah.
right? But having the most bang for your buck. This is
Yeah.
it.
I love that because you have such a great mission. You have such a great heart. You come from a great time. The generation right now is
Yeah.
your generation needs a lot of help right now. You have to be a spokesperson for your age group, and also um, you've mentioned a beautiful why. You have a great why. You're focusing in on this one particular product, the fresh tea first, and you're
Hmm.
realizing you're not just talking to everybody. You do have more of a focus. Like I was mentioning, my focus starting off was I wanted to talk to people that suffered from IBS. Like I chose that as my main mission. When I first blew up, it was because I made IBS the thing that I talked about.
Beautiful.
So the thing that you're talking about, which helps mostly with the tea, helps mostly, is the blood sugar and the blood
Yes.
pressure regulation. And there is proof. The University of California, Berkeley, we all know Dr. Kerry Waterman. She did some research about 10 years ago, and she had a grant, and she was awarded a lot of money to do some research and to prove. She proved it. She proved it. She has a patent on this. She has several patents on Moringa, and it's synthesized into pharmaceuticals, right? Because of its major properties. So now,
Wow.
guess what? The medicine that her findings is in diabetes medication.
Makes
It's
sense,
in the
man.
diabetes medication. And little known fact is that because Moringa is so good for blood sugar and blood pressure, one of the main ingredients in Viagra is actually Moringa.
You know, I think I heard you say that once before, man.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, yeah. It's
Oh, wow.
synthesized. It's not the name. They don't name it Moringa, but if you look at the list of ingredients,
Yeah.
it's the synthesized patent name that they derive the chemical compound from Moringa.
So, you just remind me, I had a conversation with one of my frat brothers the other day, right?
Yeah.
And he's a biochemist, and he actually has his own lab, where he owns three testing labs, right? So I told him about what I'm doing with Moringa. I told him about that, and that's where I want to be at. And I want to get your opinion as a biochemist,
Okay.
right? And what do you think about Moringa? So I forget, I gave him a particular breakdown or something that I found somewhere, and he looked at me and he was like, yo, man, this is incredible. But you know what? It's never gonna work, man, because the people who are trying to keep people sick, they're never gonna let this out, man. I don't
Well,
know.
yeah, it's
He was
crazy that you
being
said
tongue
that.
in cheek with it, right? But he
Yeah.
was really bearing witness to the fact that, yo, this biochemically, right, is is the healing of the nations, for lack of a better
Yes.
term.
It's the reason why it's considered invasive in Florida.
Right?
Yeah.
Isn't that something?
That's the
They
reason
told me
why it's
that.
on the invasive list in Florida.
Yeah, the USDA. When we actually got our farm number, right? And I told them that our number one cash crop was gonna be moringa. So that's what they told me. They said that it's considered, right? It's considered a potentially invasive. He didn't use the word potentially. Like, it's considered invasive, but it's not on the list. It's
No,
like one of those situations.
it's like on the list, but it's not actually invasive.
Yeah, well, and like, we're not gonna come and shut you down,
No,
for having it.
no,
It was like, yo, this is weird. This
no.
is
What they did, the reason why they did that is so that way everybody that is like like we break the rules. Okay, we don't necessarily, we're leaders. We're trailblazing, right? But there's a lot of followers out here, and they like to look at things that other people and governments say to do and not to do, like put on a mask and all that stuff, right? And so don't grow moringa. Don't grow the most nutritious plant in the world. It's invasive to the Florida and habitat
yeah,
environment,
right.
says the state that grows a non-native plant that makes billions of dollars off of this citrus that came from Asia, mind you, that came from Asia and made that our thing. Now, there may be some history there where technically, I know there's a story about how the Native Americans and Florida Seminoles and many other tribes here in the South were already possibly growing oranges and citrus because Asians came to Florida and this landmass way before we even realized.
Yes,
There's
without
many, many,
question.
many. So who knows? Maybe there is some sort of real interesting fact about the history between oranges and citrus here in Florida. So I give them that. But as far as like sugarcane and tomatoes and the other four that they subsidize, that's the thing. That they've got their club, they've got their plants. They're not looking for anything else. They don't need
Right.
anything else. They got their top five. They're good. And And because of that potential, I think what it is, and I'll tell you why, um, the seeds have wings on them,
Right?
right? The wings can fly and travel further away from the plant.
Ah,
That's one. And then also it can create a cutting. You can create a tree from a cutting. So if the tree breaks, that cutting could potentially spread. So
yeah.
those are some of the two factors, but being on the list, it's still very, very low. Like it's a level, it's a level 9.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not on. It's not like a level 1. It's way, 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 way down. But they had to put it on there so that way Mary Sue and 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 and, and Sherry from the Garden Club, they say you can't grow that. That's on the invasive list. And then they literally like have something to stand on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's all it
In
is.
fact, that's how I found out about it. I found out about it from what did they call it? IFAS,
Yeah.
the Master Gardener program, and I was going through it and whatnot, and finding out info. And I told him about the Moringa, and he's the one, the Master Gardener in the area is the one that told me about the history of Moringa and it's being on the invasive list, etc. And but at the end of the day, man, like you say, if you want change, man, you got to be the change you want to see. So
That's what we're
you
doing.
got to be a rebel.
Yeah, we are. And was there anything else really that you wanted to mention about your journey and where we're going now? Because right now you're making fresh tea, but you
Yep.
wanted to kind of like figure out what's a good ratio with the water to tea, right? With the leaf,
Yes. Yeah,
because you
that's recipe wise. So right now, I'm like, I do a ratio of 3 to 1. So if I got 8 ounces of water, I'm trying to do at least 2 ounces of, well, in the smaller ones, it's a little different. I'd like to know what you think.
yeah,
Um,
my background, hasn't really measured very much, but as I've been getting more into the business, I've had to quantify things more. So I've
right.
had to get down these batches. And I do about the same where I'll put my measurement is because I'm making about, let's just say it's like a 3 gallon jug. It's like a 3 gallon pot,
Mm-hmm.
like a nice big metal pot. It's about
Right.
3 gallons. I'll usually put in about 4 ounces. So I have a 4 ounce here. So you could say it's about an ounce, maybe per gallon. And so if you were to
Okay.
break it down an ounce, um, let's see, 1 ounce in grams. Yeah, 28 grams. Um, and so this is 113 grams. And so if we were to break this down to go down into the smaller jars, like you're saying, so it's about 1 gram. No, sorry, it's about 10 grams for every gallon.
That
And,
that
and a 10 gram looks like this. So this is kind of like what we're going with for like even
yeah.
just a gallon.
Yeah, that that
You
that
you might
that's about
you might
right.
be putting about you might be putting about 2 or 3 times as much as this
Yeah, I think I am.
in a gallon. But that's because you're getting a real nice thick tea. And
Yes.
so you can sell it for that. You could begin to have options where you have an extra strong and you just have a light,
Yeah. And
or
because
a
I
strong and
do
a light,
know,
strong and a light.
because people will ask me, or not even just ask me, people will tell me, like, some people can take a sip of it and they're running to the bathroom, you
Yeah.
know? And then some folks, they could drink the 32 ounces, man, and they're good. They're just like, wow, I drank this. I drank 16 in the morning. I drank 16 in the evening. The next day, And I have plenty of testimonies, man. People that have taken, like 32 ounces down and had like flu symptoms or were just feeling, icky.
I was
And
feeling icky when I got back from my family reunion last Sunday, Monday.
yeah,
I had 2 days. Usually, most times it could be a week or more, but I was like, no, 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 no. I'm starting to feel a little bit here from the children. I'm not around children a lot. I went ahead and started taking lots of capsules, lots of things, lots of tea, drinking tea all day, every day.
yeah.
Going in 2 days. Going in two
Wipe it
days.
out. Bomb. Yes, that is plenty of testimonials about that. And again, man, we're in that time right now where there's a lot of stuff we know that's floating around, and then there's a lot that we just don't know about. Like they're not talking about, how the emergency rooms are filled with people right now with the flu. Like that's a real thing that's happening, you
Yeah,
know. The lobbies in hospitals and people that are just they're just knocked out, and it's because your body was already malnourished, and then now you got these creepy crawlies floating around. Now you're picking it up, and your body just doesn't have what it needs to defend against it. But if you get you a really strong moringa regiment as well as a nice amount, and you flush your system out, boom, you give your body what it needs in order to get that stuff out of it, and that it can also raise back, to the levels that it needs to be. It's just like tapping out all the fluids in your car. How can you expect your car to run right, man? And you don't have the oil in there, you don't have power steering fluid in there, you don't have the things that it needs, or just a very old cheap version of it.
I love
So
how you compare it to a car because I do that all the time. Where the body and the digestive system, the car was designed from us. We are the
yes,
engine. The engine is designed from our bodies.
yeah. Yeah. So, I'm just looking forward, Kendrick, that through it, that we just continue to grow and to build. And the other part, maybe we can get into it next time. But
Yeah,
this was a big one that I wanted to talk to you about, which is the affiliate marketing. Because
yeah,
I don't have to necessarily have the powder and the leaves right now, but I
right.
do want to be able to build it up. And I know that you have it set up that we could put our own label on it, and
That's right.
we're able to, like, I got LMT Farms Moringa going out, and until we can actually get our farm set up to where we want it to be, I still want to be selling and moving Moringa right now and be
Exactly,
that person.
exactly, exactly. I
So
love how you're saying that you want to do a hybrid approach where you have your product that you want to sell. That's the thing that you're passionate about. That's the thing that you make. But then people are going to say, well, do you have this and that? And you're going to say, well, that's only going to distract me from making the $1 million from the one thing that I want to do. So what I can do for you is just give you this link and you can shop those items here. And then that way you make a commission. This is a strategy that I'm saying that you're employing for your company now because you're staying super focused. You don't want to be
yeah,
too far off. You don't want to say, because of what I did when I went to the farmer's market, I had tea and I said, I only want to do tea. But what I ended up doing was the next week, somebody was like, well, do you have powder? And I was like, I guess I have to learn how to make powder. And then so then I started making powder and I really, was like, and then I had powder. And then the next week somebody came in and was like, oh, great. Well, do you have capsules? And I was like, I guess I have to learn how to make capsules. And then so then I
yeah,
started making capsules. And now here I am making 50 different products.
that's dope,
And,
man.
and I'm pulling my hair out. And I'm, sometimes 10 days, 15 days behind on the order because I'm going from tea to powder to capsules to pellets to oil to thing. But if you just have your focus, like you're saying, I just want to focus on fresh greens. That means that you always have to have fresh greens on you. That
Yeah,
means that every morning you have to have a handful of fresh greens. So that way, so you're making tea from the fresh greens.
yes,
Oh my goodness.
yeah.
So you're making tea from the fresh greens.
I'm making tea from the fresh greens that sheet. I harvest it, I cure it, and I make the tea from. That's the tea that we're making. I'm not buying the moringa from everywhere from anywhere else.
Not even having dry greens. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
So you're
well, no,
saving
no,
so
no.
much.
Let's rewind a little bit. Now, I used to make it from the fresh greens,
Okay.
right? I make it from the dried because I
Okay.
was told that drying it's more potent and it's
It
strong.
is. It is. It's more concentrated. It's more
It's more
concentrated.
concentrated.
But
What
what
is
I
your
like, yes, I agree. I love that you have a small dried green operation just to sell tea. So if somebody says, can I buy a pound of dried greens? You're gonna say no, because your 1 pound of dried greens is gonna make you gallons and gallons and gallons of tea.
That's
So
right.
you're not gonna sacrifice thousands of dollars for just $50. So you're going to say no. You have a boundary. You have a thing in your business where you're saying no. Actually, I don't have the dried greens to sell. I use all my dried greens for my fresh tea,
Right.
right?
Right.
But I love how you possibly could be thinking in the fresh green side, because we have a farmer in California that's making $250,000 a year from selling fresh greens.
When you say fresh greens, you
Those
mean
greens
fresh,
in your hand,
right? So he just bags them like this
like that.
and he sells them like this.
Like that to all the Asian markets, Indian markets, grocery stores in his neighborhood. He's in Sacramento. He's got like 10 accounts. And he
He's got
just
to move them fast though, right? You
every
got to you got to
Friday,
get them and move them.
well, that's the thing. Every Friday morning, he pops off his greens, puts them in a bag. I have a video on this. I went to him. I went to him because this was blowing up.
Yeah.
And so uh he actually flew me out to his place. I stayed with him for like a week and we
I
did
I,
this.
I remember that was I remember you telling the story because I love the idea of your microgreens kit. I love the Moringa microgreens kit.
Definitely.
And across the street from where I was telling you where we do the Moringa, etc., there just happens to be a dude who one day he saw us back there harvesting and he saw us working in the back and he actually has a microgreens company, right? Where he had the whole operation set up. That's what they do. So between watching you and between watching that, and then also, just my studies about microgreens, and we're in Avon Park, we're an hour from Tampa, an hour from Orlando, but I spend a lot of my time in Miami. We're talking about three major restaurant tourist destinations. So, and I love, oh my God, I've
Yeah.
been sitting, I almost ate my whole tree just sitting here, man. And
Yeah.
I
Well,
love the
that's it.
greens
The
as
green,
is.
the fresh green. So like if you're like what he did is he said he doesn't powder, he doesn't capsule, he doesn't dry. He sells $250,000 of fresh greens. He made that his thing.
That's
So
awesome.
so then he has a website where he affiliates with me and he does the same thing. He sends people to our website that are asking for the things that he doesn't do because
Yeah,
he's so focused.
we have to do another, please
So
have me
no,
back
we'll
sometime
do it right
soon.
now. We're gonna do this real quick right now. I got this set up.
Okay.
We're gonna start here, and I'm gonna bring this up here because now you're in the members area.
Right?
We got you in. We got you in here. Welcome. You were in Mighty Networks before. Now you're in the new school account. So we're in the new school account. So far, I've only transferred over out of the 1,000 members. I've only gotten 100 in there so far. And of
Okay.
course, anybody new wants to come in can come at any time. Just go to growmoringa.com and click membership. And then what I have here is the affiliate program, right? So there's a post here that's going to talk about the affiliate program. We have a brand new affiliate program. So what I'm going to ask you to do is click that link there, growmoringa.com/affiliates. That's going to bring you here. We have a really good video that helps to break it down and tell you everything about how affiliate marketing works. It's a 47-minute video on every aspect of this and strategy for your affiliate marketing business. Because someone could make $1 million a year from Moringa as an affiliate, just not even growing it, not even touching it, just focusing in with me and becoming a seller. Because between you, Faisal, myself, and 50 other growers around the country, we can supply those orders as a team. That's what our collective is doing, is supplying these orders on the website. So you know that we sell 6 different things, 6 core items. Education membership is our $997 program. Then we have our books. Then we have our products. We have our merchandise. We have tools, supplies, and equipment. And then between you and me, we're buying and selling and building and developing real estate. You know, we're buying properties. We've got members in there that are selling properties, that are leasing properties. You may even have a small space where a member who doesn't have anything could come and possibly care for their own small little plot at your place, you know, just to help create more community, to help get their feet and their hands in the dirt.
Yes.
You know, so just really quickly, and then we'll go into the actual affiliate program. Since you are coming in, and I do believe you were already on the old affiliate program. We just have to kind of register you to the new one.
Okay.
I'm going to upgrade you to an ambassador level. Usually somebody has to sell $10,000 worth of product to become an ambassador.
Okay.
But I'm going to bump you up to 20%. So
Nice.
that means
Thank
that
you.
every
Thank you.
$100 that somebody shops on our shop using your code LMT Farms, then when they use LMT Farms code, and we'll set the code up to be official, then you'll get 20% of that sale. So your farm, without having to touch or fulfill that order, because you're super focused on what you sell and you're not letting anybody distract you. You're not letting anybody pull you off of your path. You're selling fresh greens, or tea. You're drying a small amount of leaves for yourself on your own batch, but you know it's super strong and you're drying it right. But then you're making gallons and gallons of tea. So every day, your goal was $3,500 a week. You want to make $3,500 a week between affiliate marketing and between your fresh greens.
Yes.
So we said from the 10 or 20 jars that you're selling right now, we have to get that up to 100 jars a week.
Yes.
Right. So that's
goal.
how we're re-engineering and backtracking from what you want to make to what you actually have to make and produce. So
And
this,
you know, Kendrick,
yeah.
and I just gotta say this part, man. That's what really attracted me to the Grow Moringa Collective and to follow you and the things that you're doing, is that not only is there an authenticity about it, but the way that you're setting up the models and the business and your care to explain these things. Because I heard it from you from the very beginning that we're setting up like a whole community of moringa growers so that we can do this thing together, the co-op
Yeah.
model. And I've
Yes.
always appreciated that, man, about the way that you're moving forward and the work that you're doing, man, and the opportunities that you give to so many, including myself, to explore and to get benefit from out of moringa, man. So thank you, bro.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man, for
It's just,
sure.
I don't know where it's come. I think I do know where it's come from. You know, I fasted on Moringa for 30 days.
I remember you said that, and I want to find out more
We
about
will.
that. In fact, our show, I'll get back to you about it
No,
because I
this is
want to
what you're
have
going
you
to do
come
now.
on
Yeah,
and talk about that part, the
we'll
healing,
get back
your
on.
personal healing journey with moringa.
I would love to get on your show, on your podcast, and talk about that.
Yeah, we're gonna do it, man. We're
Okay.
gonna do it, and I'm gonna beg your pardon, bro, because the temperature has dropped another 10
Yeah,
degrees,
let's do
and I'm
this.
sitting out here, and my Miami blood is starting to say, "All right, we've
You're
had
hating.
enough."
You're hot blooded, man. So here, we're gonna leave here in about 3 minutes. What I
Yes,
want to
sir.
just show you and everybody here is this is what you're gonna do, Faisal, when you get off. Go to growmoringa.com. In the
Okay.
menu here, there's affiliates, and then you're gonna click affiliate login. That's this page right here.
Okay.
That's the information, but then you can log in, and then it's gonna bring you into the affiliate program here, right? So you're gonna create an account, log in, and then what's going to happen is you're going to see your link and you're going to see a coupon. So like when you create your account, just make up a coupon for now. We might be able to link your old coupon to here, but you can see here my coupon is Moringa 10.
Okay.
Right. And so far, today I've made $21 today or this week. I have $210 this week that came in using my code.
Nice.
And so then so far, I'm going to get a $30 payment this week from my affiliate account.
So I'm at this. Am I in the wrong place? I'm looking at new affiliate program 2026. Am I in the wrong place?
No, that's it. No, you're in school.
Okay.
Right. So you're in the post. So you're in the new affiliate program 2026. Just click that growmoringa.com/affiliates link.
Okay.
And then that's going to take you to the page that I was just at. Right here. And this is more information. This is our new website. The growmoringa.com website now is popping. It's got 40, 50 pages on there.
Yes.
If you go to pages, look at all the pages that I have. I have services, branding, blog, affiliate program, about the membership, about us. And so I'm filling in all of these pages right now. I'm making them from scratch.
Nice.
But at least right now I have the affiliate program. Then someone's going to click this, create an account, set up your payment method. And then if you already have a coupon, if you're already an affiliate, because I had over 1,000 affiliates, and then I had to switch over to this new account. And so I'm bringing all the 1,000 affiliates over. I'm bringing all the 1,000 members over, which are separate. Members are paid. Affiliates, the affiliate program is free. It's free to become an affiliate.
Okay.
So I'm in the process of reaching back out to all the original affiliates to get in here to set up the coupon. And then as a strategy, the strategy that you're going to employ, which I do believe I have in here, I put in here the strategy. I've said this many times to people. I say, we're going back and forth with people, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Oh, good. This affiliate thing is really good in here. But what I wanted to just say real quick before we go is how simple it is in your message is literally this one phrase. If someone's reaching out to you, hey, do you have this? Hey, do you have that? Hey, I only have fresh moringa tea. Fresh moringa tea. But if you want anything else, then go to this website, growmoringa.shop, and use my coupon code LMT Farms for 10% off. That's it. It's literally a sentence.
Oh yeah, we're getting ready to shoot that commercial. Okay.
We are.
That's gonna be running. That's gonna be running when we get back. And you put it up there earlier, man. But the Urban Globe is our
Yeah.
podcast,
Okay.
and we're on videomixtv.com, and we also have a YouTube channel, so that's gonna be back up. And
Yeah.
and we are a lifestyle slash um, current event show. So
Yes,
we deal
sir.
with the 9 areas of people, activity, economics, education, entertainment, labor law, politics, religion, sex, and war. And on the Urban Globe, you'll be able to go on there. You'll see our commercial break. Yes, this segment of the Urban Globe has been brought to you by LMT Farms. And if you want to get some high-powered moringa, we want you to go to our growmoringa.com/LMT Farms and cop whatever you want. So
Yes, sir.
we're getting ready to shoot that, man.
Yeah, man. That was great. I had a great time with you today. I'm so glad we got a chance to link up,
Likewise.
bring the
Likewise.
love, everything.
Yeah, man, we got a lot of work to do, man. We're gonna figure this thing out, and hopefully, shout out to all the riders, man, that stuck it out with us through this whole conversation. Thank you all for giving us the most important thing you got, man, which is your attention.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks everybody, and thank for you, Faisal, for sticking with it.
Word up.
Always coming back in, always reminding everyone and others and yourself and myself about the benefits of this miracle tree. So thank you.
Word up, man. It's a marathon, bro.
All right. You are who you are when you hang out with the 5 people in the room. You are who you hang out with, and I love your mission, and I love how you help the community. and you're working with children, like you said, and elderly, and getting people off the streets and hanging out with people and just being a minister and a helper and a guide, a mentor, and everybody. So really appreciate all the work that you do as well.
All right, man. I'll see you back at the farm.
All right, heat up, warm up.
Peace.
Peace and love. Stay warm, everybody. We'll see you soon too. So have a great day, everybody. Peace and love, and thanks a lot for coming into the show. Ciao.